Tuskegee was an experiment for us as well as it was for the government. I had certain advantages. One, most of the people there were civilians who come in. Some of them had flying already, but not a lot of it. And some were just there on it. I knew the military system. I had become a telegraphy instructor.
Yes.
I don't know why it came natural. I guess from the music in my head, from my childhood and my time with my sisters and all. But I learned and I became very, very proficient and really got promoted rather rapidly. I was an acting sergeant when I ended up going to Tuskegee, and that's in less than a year. And that was a part of it.
You obviously knew you were smart.
Yeah, well, fighter pilots are never lacking in ego.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that might be a part of it. But early on, the military training I was getting, I skipped a class in the Air Corps. Something I had done in public school, which gave me the idea that I was a little smarter than most people. And I'm going to get killed about this. No,
you won't.
But I had skipped 2 classes in public school, and then I moved from 43H to 43G. That's up 1 class there. And I had an instructor, a black instructor, by the name of Roscoe Draper, whom I still keep in touch with, and who was a rather odd character. In fact, the first day that we got to primary, it had black instructors, but then you had white check pilots to see whether you had learned what you're supposed to learn. And the system was that you had something like 50, 60 hours to fly, but you had to learn to solo by 10 hours. And to get you to the 10 hour, they had 2 slips. They had what they call the white slips. If you took a check, 45, 50 minutes check, and did okay, you got a white slip. And it told you how you did on the ride. And if you didn't do too well on it, you got a pink slip that told you what you did wrong. And if you got 3 pink slips, you're out of the Corps. This happened to a fellow who was a pilot already, whom I admire and respect and had everything in the world. But I think something about him the instructors didn't like. Talking about Percy Sutton.
Oh, I'm sorry. Percy Sutton?
Yes.
Oh.
And so that was it. The first day out, I gathered that this was the system. Roscoe Draper took the 5 students he had that was supposed to teach to fly out to the airplane, and he stood in front of this PT-17 and stuck his hand up almost in the engine and said, "Okay, this is a start. What is that?" And we're all peering into the engine where the cylinders are and all. And one of the really smart guys said, "It's a cylinder." And he said, "No." And the other one said, "Well, it's the carburetor." And he said, "No." I kept my mouth shut. I didn't know what it was, but that I was pointing to. And after he insisted that we all ask what it was, and we took our guess, he said, "No, that's an airplane." And he had been talking about the whole darn airplane and not anything in it. "And this is what you're going to learn to fly." And I said, "Man, this is going to be a tricky sort of a deal."
Yes. Well,
I was the first to solo in my class. And everything came easy to me.